Hi there, and welcome to Grot Orderly review of White Dwarf issue 21 from 21st of June 2014. In this issue we've got mechs, we've got paint boys, we've got new rules, White Dwarf exclusive rules for Looted Wagon, and plenty of other cool stuff for Orcs for the next latest release of Orcs that's coming on 28th of June. Enjoy! So here it is. This is the issue 21 with plenty of orcs in it, as you can see. We've got an exclusive Looted Wagon datasheet. We've got the Chosen of Mork, bit of a background information. And on the front cover we've got the mech, the new mech, not big mech, just a mech, with two Grots, probably from the big gun set, a Gorkanaut and a Deckchat. So let's see what's inside. Right. The first model being released this week is the Paint Boy. The Paint Boy will cost us £15.50, €20 or $26. As you can see, the model is quite full of character. Its face, quite maniacal face, as the designers said they wanted to convey this kind of weirdness and you know, being a psychopathic apothecary to some extent. And we've got plenty of cool 10 truck drills, I don't know how to call it, like a mechanical hand, bionic eye on the model, the leg that's a prosthetic, that's probably a weapon, some kind of scissors, lots of character in this model, small saws everywhere, teeth to show off his status, and so on and so on. Very, very nice model. Can't wait to paint it, to be honest. But this is just the Paint Boy. We've got a mech next. So here's the mech. The mech is going to be released on 28th, and it's going to cost us £13, €17 or $21. As you can see on the picture over here, we've got plenty of different weaponry on the mech. So what's what? This is a generator that the mech is using to power his custom mega slugger. Yes, you heard me right, it's a custom mega slugger. A special slugger that the mech made up out of bits. And it's like almost custom mega blaster, but a smaller, and it's one hand weapon, and it can be used in combat, obviously. The next one is the kill saw, some kind of a weapon to cut bits from orcs or, you know, enemies, and it looks quite deadly. Well, the next what we've got a nice helmet with bionic eye, and two different color schemes that the model has been painted to different setups, so to speak. And a scorcher on a back. So there's also additional weapon for the mech, probably in his basic kit. I'm not sure about you, but I really like this model. It's just a shame that it's so much effort has been put into a normal dude, but on the other hand, it's awesome that so much effort has been put in just a dude. Next is something that we've all been waiting for, and that something that we knew this is going to be the cover for the new Orc Codex. Some of us have already seen it. Some of us bloggers have already told you that this is going to be the cover of the new White Orc Codex. Anywho, this codex is going to be £30, €39 or $45.50 in dollars, and it's going to come out on 28th. Finally, after almost 6 or probably even 7 years of waiting, we've got a new Orc Codex up to date with the 7th edition now, and it's going to be the first codex that it's going to support the data sheets. So it's going to have, each unit is going to have a data sheet with all the information needed to field this unit, all the point values and all the statistics, a bit of fluff, background stories, and a picture of the model. So the book is going to be, as all the Games Workshop books, full color, 104 pages hardback, and from what we know, Stompa is going to be a Lord of War in this codex. So not only you won't have to have the Stompa in Apocalypse, you will be able to use it in normal games of 40k, 7th edition. Additionally, we know that Zagstruck and Badruk moved to HQ sections. So Zagstruck is not used as an upgrade to Stromboy's unit, it's an HQ, but in reward to that we've got 3 HQ slots to be used and 9 troops. What's more, Wazdaka, Gutsmek and Zogward have disappeared from the codex, Probably because Wazdaka Gutsmek is going to have his own Speed Freaks supplement. Why Zokward disappeared? Maybe because no one ever played him, because he was so unpredictable and expensive. But who knows? Maybe there's gonna be a Weird Boys supplement. I don't know. The other new thing in the codex are the relics, the gifts of Gork and Mork. Basically, these are like special weapons that the characters can use, and they fit themselves with, and they've got some special, obviously, point costs and rules that you can use during the game. Next, we've got Orcs Warboss Edition Codex. The codex is going to be £100, €130 or $165. So what do we get in the box that's so expensive? Well, we get a nice cardboard box that's that all the codexes, all the codex and the other books, other items come in. We've got the codex with a different cover from what we've seen on a previous page. We've got a Gazgul supplement. It's going to be released with this codex in this special edition, but also it's going to be released in a couple of weeks' time. So it's not that special, really. The only thing special is the two covers that you're going to get with this codex. Additionally, we're going to get this kind of folder with 8 artworks from previous Orc codexes, or just very famous Orc artworks, and 6 tokens, 6 objective tokens that we can use in the game. So on one side they've got the numbers, and on the other side they've got the skulls. The question is it really worth the price? I mean, each book will cost us the same as, well, the codex is the same codex, it's exactly the same thing, right? It's just a different cover. The supplement, let's just assume it's going to be in the same price as the codex. So it's not going to be that expensive, right? So it's 30 quid. So for 100, we spend 100 quid and we get 2 books worth 60 quid. I'm not really fond of these 8 artworks. I'm not really keen on paying, what, £40 for coins and some artwork. Not me, maybe you. If you're one of these people and you really want to show off how much money you've got, buy this version. If not, just stick to the normal one, and you're gonna get this book later on with a proper Gazgul cover on it. From other new releases, we've got Orc data cards. The Orc data cards are 43 cards, large format cards, that contain 7 magic cards and 36 Orc tactical objective cards. Psychic cards are just the Orc psychic powers, all of them in nice printouts and a nice artwork on the back, and the rest 36 tactical objectives are just normal objectives with 6 Orc specific objectives. And from what we know now, the 3 of them are, one of them is Mordaka, and the other one is Get Them Boys, and the third one is Here We Go War. Probably the third one means that you get an additional war this turn if you do something, or if you do a war you get something. So that's what we know so far. The next Orc related thing that's being released this week is the How to Paint Citadel Miniatures Orcs digital publication. I'm not really big fan of digital publications when it comes to painting, but if you're one of those people that use them, here you go. We don't know the price yet. It's going to be released probably. It was if it was released on Friday, you know the price. You can find it on the GW website. If it's not released yet, it will be released soon. And as you probably guessed, the last thing being released this week is William King, Fall of Macarius, the book that describes the whole Macarius crusade, from the Horus Heresy bits and so on. If I'm not mistaken, but correct me if I'm wrong. It's 320 pages. It will cost us £17.99, 25 euros or $25, and it's that's it. It's a hardback copy, 320 pages, and to top it all, we've got the short interview with William King. In Devouring the Beast, we've got a quick battle report of the game between Orcs and Terranids. The game of 2 armies, more or less 2,000 points each, and obviously they are showing off the new models. As you can see, the Flash Gits, the Gorkanaut, and other new toys. from what we can gather from this article, is the new Here We Go rule. Here We Go rule that allows orcs to re-roll one of the charge dice. So if you're not happy with the charge distance you rolled, you can re-roll it because you are an orc. The other thing that we can find out in this article, sort of a sneaked information, is the mob rule. Small frame over here that describes the new way the orcs panic. So let's imagine you fail your leadership test because you roll combat or you lost too many of your boys. And normally if you failed your leadership test on 7 or 6 or less, you would run away, get squashed while running away by sweeping events and so on, so on, so on. So now, instead of doing this, you roll, if you fail, you roll on a d6 table. You roll one die and you see what happens then. If you roll 1, which is like an amazing result for leadership tests, you are born to fight. So you get back on to fight and you don't care that you failed the leadership test and you just keep on fighting. You've got 3 other results. 2 and 3 does something, 4 and 5 does something. They more or less on 2 and 3 you get a certain amount of wounds. On 4 and 5 you get even more amount of wounds, and on 6 you just run away. So it's never been a better time to be an orc in close combat, because it's almost impossible for you to fail. With the mob rule being sort of a bit of nerfed right now, you always get punished, but even if you get below 10, you are still very unlikely to run away. So you can hold these guys, hold the objectives, or even at least contest the objectives, right? Because previously, whenever you went down below 10, you failed your leadership, you just ran away. The upside was when you were above 10 orcs, you were fearless. Right now, even if you have 30 guys and you get 1 killed, and for some reason you have to do a leadership test, you fail your leadership test, so you only run away on a 6, which is very, very unlikely. In The Chosen of Smoke, we get to know a bit of background stories on what are mechs for, what are pain boys for, and what are weird boys for, and what are they really known for. To top it all, we've got a bit of information on Orchimedes over here, and Mad Dog Grotsnik. Orchimedes is an Orky tactician, Orky brainiac, that is the right hand of Ghazghkull. He's not mentioned a lot in the fluff, but he's mentioned here and there, so maybe there's going to be a character for it. I don't know what he would do, but I don't know. I'm just guessing. Mad Dog Grotsnik, obviously. The model, the guy is a pain boy, and we just are being told why he's so famous and how he became famous. Well, if you don't know, if you are, sort of impatient and you can't wait to read it, I'm going to tell you. He installed adamantium skull on the Ghazghkull. So from then on, because Ghazghkull was so happy with it, he's doing the gas treatment to everyone if they want to, which is removing half of the brain and then replacing with an adamantium skull that sort of heightens the chances of not being shot in the head and killed. Right, another bit of an orky topic in the White Dwarf is the escape from Goblin Town. This is the second part of the battle report, or the continuation of all the battle reports that the guys from White Dwarf are doing, based on the Hobbit main rulebook scenarios series. So they are just doing another part of it. So if you're a Hobbit fan, get on it and read it. If not, you can skip the article or just read it, because it's quite cool what you can do with the basic set of the Hobbit game. In Paint Splatter, we've got some bits and bobs on how to paint Paint Boy and some elements of the miniature. So I've got the leather, the trousers, the backpack, the teeth, and so on, and the vials, which is quite cool. So if you're still learning, get on it. If you already know how to paint, revise your techniques, I would say. Now, the most interesting thing in the whole White Dwarf is the White Dwarf exclusive rules for Looted Wagon. These rules are exclusive to White Dwarf. Apparently, they are not going to be included in the main codex, which is a shame. That again, Orc players will have to look into 2 sources or 3 sources to find all the rules they want, like it was so far with the Dakajets and Blitzabombers and Scorchers, that we had to look through Crusade of Fire, of Death from Skies, or White Dwarf issue something something, I think 317, to find the rules for the Dakajet, because they were not in the codex. And yet again we get additional set of rules. So what I'm going to do, basically, I'm just going to copy this page and put it in my codex, because it's a nice data sheet and I can probably glue it somewhere in there, or just stuck the page into the codex. Anyhow, the looted wagon is a pretty cool model, as you can imagine. Very oaky, because you can just take any model, loot it, and use it as an oaky model. It will cost us 37 points, and contrary to the other model, it can sport a death roller for 10 points. Not 20 as it was before, but 10 points. Not sure if they're going to change the rules for death roller, but if they do, for 10 points, it's probably still worth it. So I don't do this very often, and we usually skip these pages in the recent episode, but this time we're gonna stop for a second, because there are two interesting bits in here. First of them is the what's all this worthy stuff. And this section in particular, it says that in the new codex we will have a sort of a bestiary of all oaky creatures explained. So plenty of new interesting background stuff on orcs. The other interesting bit is the usage of armies. We've got the two armies that have been used in the Devouring the Beast battle report, and we can see that both of them are unbounded armies. So you can play a game with unbounded armies. You can play unbounded versus unbounded, and you can still score some victory points, because not all the objectives are about taking the objectives. It's about some of them are about doing certain things. So here you go. You can have a look at the army list, and you can see that High Fleet's Sota Maximus had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 troop choices, and Orcs had almost 6 heavy support choices. And another unusual thing that I do in the White Dwarf reviews is the Reader's Model of the Week. But I really wanted to mention it because it has been painted by Miles Davis. He's one of my favorite painters in recent years. This is the guy that I sold the paints to, and so on and so on. But that's not what I wanted to say. He paints new models very fast and to amazing standards, beautiful standards. And from what I can see on his fan page on Facebook, he's almost like batch painting horses right now, and they all look almost like that. So almost, or even better sometimes. It's really cool to Google this guy. He's called Little Loser, with LIL' loser. Google him. He's been mentioned in White Dwarf plenty of times right now. So continuing something that I've never done before is focusing on the White Dwarf what's in the next issue. This time we've got making the Orc clans. This is very interesting because it sort of suggests that we will be making new Orc clans ourselves. We will be able to use some kind of a rule set to play around and create chapter tactics for ourselves. This is very, very intriguing. The other thing is the biggest orcs you've ever did see. This is confirmed. We're going to get new meganobs. From what the leaked pictures of the new Orc Codex available on iPads, they've been released like a day ago or 2 days ago. You can see a big Mac with some kind of missile launcher on his back, and he's wearing a mega armor. So this is confirmed. I can say it's confirmed. We're gonna get meganobs. We will be able to have 9 meganobs in a unit, so 3 boxes, and one of these meganobs will be able to convert to a Big Mac with some special weapons. So to continue the tradition that I've been always making is the parting shot of the on the back cover. Over here we can see a new Pain Boy, amazing, sort of being mesmerized by his new mechanical hand, the Stomper, Dakajet, and the Gorkanaut, and plenty of boys, plenty of bad moons. Whoa! So that was it. That was issue 21 for you. Next week, as you can guess, we're gonna review issue 22, and additionally we're gonna have a look at least the Codex Orcs. Don't get your hopes up. I'm not buying the limited edition one, as I was saying. It's way too expensive for me. I don't see the added value of the extra bits. Anyways, I'm gonna buy the normal version. So you will be able to see the new data sheets, data slates, or whatever they call them now, and I'm gonna go and review page by page, probably omitting the fluff side, but we're gonna have a look at it as well. And obviously we're gonna review issue 22. So see you next week.